Cam the man, what's going down, dude? How we doing?
Doing good, man. How are you?
So good. Thank you for taking time to share a little bit about your experience inside of Agency U. Why don't we do a quick little intro, man? Why don't you share where you are, what your name is, what your company name is, where you are located is just to specify even further. How long you've been inside of Agency U, and yeah, what you guys do.
Absolutely, man. So my name's Cam. Live in upstate New York. Run a real estate media agency, primarily shooting listings, so photo and video for real estate agents. Um, Joined Agency U to really stack another offer on top of what we already do. So listings are our primary source of business, but wanted to find another way to bring value to our agents and create another revenue source for us. And short form content seemed to be that next best thing for us. And knowing that, uh, your stuff at Brantegic, your whole business model was built on short form for agents, we figured it'd just be a perfect fit to join the program and see what you got going on. And so far, it's been amazing.
Nice, man. Let's go. So tell us a little about so real estate was so I'm gonna back up a little bit. So 6 months ago, like real estate primary source of business, right? And um like you guys are ripping, like you guys got a team, so like you guys have a pretty good client base already, doing a couple of 100,000 a year just in like real estate listing.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Yep.
Sick. Tell us a little bit about like what you were doing before agency as it pertains to like the retainer model and like leveraging something like that and what you were trying and why you were like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna hire agency you to freaking solve this problem for me.
Yeah. So to be honest, we it was very short period between starting to want to do short form and then finding you via, I think it was just an Instagram ad. Saw your
Nice.
face on there talking, and I'm very big on learning from other people and not trying to figure it out myself and spend hours and hours to try to figure it out. So we knew short form was something we wanted to do, and we actually, I think we had one med spa client that we were doing content for, but that was it. Like it was no one else, and we figured, and we didn't really know what the hell we were doing either. We were just kind of winging it with him. But as soon as I saw your ad and um, the layout for what you could help with, um, then we really started cranking and reaching real estate agents and being able to have confidence and offer a service like it for them.
So you're so kind of sounds like it was cool. I want to add in more of like the retainer model into my business because this brings more stability and is more predictable for the business, or tell us more a little bit about like the thought process just in retainers and that. Because there's a
100%.
lot of people probably watching or listening. Maybe they're real estate, but maybe they just do like one-off projects where it's like, cool, you need me to like shoot at your restaurant? Cool, I'll do it. Cool, you need me to do like a intro brand video? Awesome, I'll do it. So like tell us more about like the mind shift to the retainers.
Yeah, and we do a little bit of that stuff, like one-off projects and whatnot for businesses. But anyone who's a real estate media business knows that once November rolls around, revenue is cut in half, and it's a lot different than spring and summer. So having being able to have a retainer type of revenue source for us was really important for me, just to have an overall healthier business and be able to coast through slow season a little more comfortably and not have such a huge payroll burden to have to cover when houses aren't being listed and we got to find a way to continue to make payroll. So that was my whole mindset on it. And um, now that we have the retainers and we're coming out of slow season now, but during slow season it was really nice to be able to
Yeah.
rely on those and know, oh, that's coming in on the first of the month, and not have to you know just rely on when's the next listing coming our way.
Yeah. Killer. Yeah, good for you. And you implemented, executed, and it's definitely paying off. And I feel like you guys are just getting going too, just like with the possibility of what you've been able to learn. So like let's talk about like coming into agency U and then the last 6 months of work that we've put into it, like what have you been able to achieve as a result of like us helping you with the retainer model business side of things?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is the confidence aspect of it, and knowing that we were following a formula that already works, that you've already scaled a business around everything that you teach. And inside Agency U, you have all your modules from, building your offer to, selling it and scaling it. So um, for me, it was just like, when I approach a client to offer a new service, I want to make sure I know what I'm doing and we can actually fulfill on it. And we're not just, selling them snake oil just to make a little more money. I want to make
Mhm.
sure that we're providing value and our service is actually really damn good. Um, and all the stuff that you teach within Agency U and all the um, all the content in there is exactly what I needed to have that confidence going to clients and having a beautiful proposal that literally just copy and paste it from you, edited it, put our logo and stuff in there, and it was just plug and play,
Mhm.
ready to go. So that was the biggest source of help for me. And then obviously the whole scaling portion of it, I haven't even really dived into that yet because we have so much going on already. But there's a whole nother level to what you're teaching in lead generation and the whole systems in that part. And I feel like we're just at the tip of the iceberg right now. So that's kind of
Yeah.
in a nutshell.
Yeah. So with like the getting the retainer models in front of your clients, because you are fortunate to know a lot of people that you can serve, like how many clients do you have on retainer right now? And then like what is like the average
Yep.
monthly
We
per,
we've
I
got
guess.
so in total we've got about 15K a month in retainers we've been able to stack up over the last 6 months. That's probably spread across, I want to say, 12 to 13 clients. So in like you said, we've been in front of real estate agents for the past 4 years. I've been able to build really good relationships. So for me, it was very easy to kind of pick and choose. Oh, I know this person really is going to want to do content with
Yeah.
us, and shooting them a quick text versus like trying to do some big sales pitch. It's like, yo, you want to do some content with us? Here's what we got going on. So that I
So
think that helped a lot. And if you're a real estate media agency who already has, a ton of clients that trust you, it's a very easy sell if you know what you're doing and you have something to offer them. And
yeah.
I kind of knew that going in, and to be honest, it's been pretty easy. I haven't Every meeting I've had with an agent, we've pretty much been able to close them, which is kind of unheard of. But when you already have those good relationships, it makes it a lot easier to sell.
Yeah, it sounds like the confidence part of it also comes from like the aspect and ability to fulfill it effectively, and like knowing the systems and processes to fulfill it. Is that also a part of it? Is what I kind of hear
100%.
you alluding to as well? Yeah,
Absolutely.
because I feel like some people will like be like, "Oh, I'm going to do short form video," and then they like are positioning it really weird, and then it's just like not scalable, and then like Cam, you're the bottleneck the whole time, or somebody's the bottleneck, or they don't know how to do it, how many videos, how to position themselves, how to not like have scope creep every single month or every single day essentially.
Can you repeat that? I think we got cut off a little bit.
It's all good. Like positioning the retainer model so there's no scope creep, so there's no like you're the bottleneck, so there's no like misalignment of expectations, and like what I see a lot of times is people will get taken advantage of on the retainer model because they're trying to do so much for a client when they don't necessarily need to be doing as much as what they feel like they need to be doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the biggest thing for us is systematizing it and really knowing the expectations and the deliverables of like this is what we're doing for you, and not going number one below that, but also not above that, going like super high production value stuff. It's like this is what we offer, and setting those expectations up front with a client to know that like this is the amount of hours per month. Like you have a 1 hour strategy session with us each month. You have a 1 to 3 hour shoot depending on how many videos you're doing per month, and then on my end, I know this is how many hours it takes. I can delegate this task to this person on my
Yeah.
team, this task to this, and having those set hours and knowing your profit margins too. I know we have you have a really good resource to kind of like break down exactly what you're making from the service, what your cost of
Mhm.
goods sold are, and all that good stuff. So just all those resources you have inside Agency U
Yeah.
is huge.
Yeah, and I think it's like positioning you as like the expert when you're coming at it at that at that rate versus being like, how many videos do you want, Mr. Client? Okay, you want two, and then this person wants three, this person wants 20. It's like you are coming with like, hey, here's what's actually going to crush for you. And here's we designed these packages to really serve you to help you achieve a specific result. So like this is how we're positioning ourselves. Like that's super, super good.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Like, what do you think? So you've been able to crush the retainers. Like, it seems like you're pretty like confident in it, and like it's like humming, and you haven't even scratched the surface. I feel like even in many ways, like, what do you think is um, like limiting people, maybe from like a real estate media agency perspective, or maybe just somebody wanting to add more retainer to their business, add more stuff like that to achieving similar results to what you've been able to achieve?
Yeah, I think it goes back to what we were saying with just like a system and just having a proven formula to follow. Because to be honest, I don't think we would have been able to take on this many clients if I was just trying to figure out and wing it and not have a mentor to help me through it. And like, I think the biggest thing in being in like a community like Agency U is not just all the modules, which is amazing that you put together, but the community where if you have a question, like you're stuck on something, you just shoot it in the Slack message in the Slack channel and
Hmm.
like you get an answer right away from anyone who's active in there. And it's just,
Hmm.
it decreases the time between like being stuck in that problem. And then instead of having to go on YouTube and watch hours of videos of like try to figure it out. You just ask the person who knows exactly what situation you're in, and boom, problem solved. You move on to the next one. So
Yeah.
that's what's been huge for me.
Yeah, killer. So so of the program, it sounds like is the community what's been most highlighted to you? Because we have like the modules, the Slack channel between you and I, and Gilberto, and then the community and group calls, all that sort of stuff. Like, what has stood out to you as far as like your favorite aspects of it?
I would say community number one. And then obviously all the content and modules are huge. But then also the weekly recorded calls. I'm usually not available to hop on them live, but they're all archived, and I go back and watch them afterwards, and those are huge value points too because you guys literally ask like, what do you guys need help with, and you actually take a poll from like the group of like this is what we're struggling with, and then you go and you do a call on it. So that's um that's a huge part of it, and just overall I would say the community though, and I'm a huge community person, and connecting with making the connections in the group with just other agency owners too, of like people who are in your shoes and are doing the same thing as you, and um that's worth the money alone in my opinion, like making
Mhm.
those lifelong connections. And I've met so many cool people through your group, through other mastermind groups I'm into, and it's just building your
Mhm.
network of like-minded individuals is huge for me.
Yeah, killer, dope, man. And then last question, just for you, would be like if I'm watching this, I've talked to Agency U. I'm a little bit hesitant about joining. Not sure if it can actually help me. Like, what advice would you give to that person watching this right now?
Yep, and I've already kind of given this advice. I've had multiple people reach out in Instagram and other ways. I would say if you're so I won't speak for other people, but specifically for like real estate media agencies, it is such a good play. It is like no doubt worth the money. I would say make sure you have the bandwidth to be able to focus on short form content. If you're still a one man band or you're drowning in listings and you can't even keep up with that, like focus on getting that systematized and built out first before you dive into this. But if you do have the time and the availability and you kind of scaled yourself back from the daily shooting of houses, it is such a powerful move to add this revenue stream to your business, in my opinion. Just make sure you have the time and the availability to um, be a good student and learn from what you guys are teaching, because if you can't absorb, like, knowledge is nothing if you can't execute on it. So make sure
Mhm.
you have the time to do it, and it's a no-brainer to invest in it.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Cam, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you sharing what's been going down in your business, and all the success that you've had. Again, you're just getting going, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.